Hello, this is Spirit Journey, and I'm a busy bee today. I was just going over my channel with the different comments, and I'm glad I did. Well, this video, again, my channel and some of the things I put out is really to educate. And one particular video I put up, I did a video a couple of months back regarding Puerto Rico and the beautiful Afro-Caribbean culture that they have there. I am not from Puerto Rico, but I am from the Caribbean. My background is from the Caribbean, and I live amongst other people from the Caribbean. A whole lot of different types of people live in New York City, where I'm born, from the Caribbean. And I did this particular video on Puerto Rico, and again, it's African heritage. Puerto Rico has different heritages. It has its history from the people from Spain. It has its indigenous population, and most of all, its African component, like the rest of the Caribbean islands. But true, Puerto Rico has a very strong European component genetically, but it's a race that is very mixed, but it has a very strong European genetic component, and then it also has a very strong African component in the types of food that it eats, in how the food is prepared, how they speak the language, Spanish, and the way they look, their body structure. And it has a very strong African component. But in the U.S. mainland, people are encouraged to believe that Puerto Rico is not really a place that has a black history, and that some people are covering up that heritage, and some people from Puerto Rico, not all, seem to be ashamed of their African roots and want people to think contrary to this. So I saw a video over YouTube of the African component of Puerto Rico. It was a dance, and it was done beautifully. And I said, this is beautiful, and I wanted to share it with the rest of YouTube as a means of getting out there about different heritages, and for people from the Caribbean to be proud of their African ancestry, and especially Puerto Rico. And it's not something to hide. I had friends from Puerto Rico, and they were some of these people who I knew, I thought were my friends. Once they wanted to cross over, they wanted to pass as white, even though their grandmother is black, that they told me. But it's like soon when they hooked up with a white person, they no longer wanted to be associated with black people and other people of color, and that they moved into pretty exclusive white neighborhoods, and some other things that were done to me. So when I saw this video, I said, people have to be educated, and people like those individuals that I thought were my friend from Puerto Rico. I mean, they were born here in the U.S. like myself, but of Puerto Rican heritage. And so I did the video. I even prefixed the video. I give an explanation in written form, and I show the video. And many people had gotten upset with the video, white people. But see, I did this video to address the type of people who targeted this video I did. And so I was going through the comments of my channel, that I received, and I just found this new complaint with my video. And so I want to share with you this person's comment. Okay, this one here. See, I'm also doing this video as proof because I had a person who commented on my video, and what they did after I reprimanded them, then they erased it. They erased their comment and my response to their comment to hide it. Because I'm doing this video to expose this person just in case this person tries to delete. Now this is a very, very inflammatory statement. Again, this is my video on the side about Puerto Ricans, other side, it's African side, and they had a problem with it. And the sentiment of the comment to this video I did here is exactly what I wanted to fight against. See, as you can see here, I'm going to read it out. Okay, it's by a person that goes by the name JohnBoy. Okay, again, I don't know who this JohnBoy is. I've never seen him before, or his channel name, and I'll show you what his channel looks like too. I'm going to read for those who may have vision problems and may not be able to read. Okay, it says Puerto Ricans are not black. They just have some black slaves left there from the Spanish back in the day, and left there to live with the Puerto Ricans. But remember, these, I'm not going to say that word, were not born there till after that. So this person doesn't know history. Okay, that's what it's telling me. So he's saying blacks came there after slavery. Not at all. I'm going to read on. So please, black people, you don't come from there. You only come from one place, and that's Africa or Haiti. Again, this person doesn't know history of the Caribbean. Those Puerto Ricans I know are a beautiful native people. Black people, please stop saying you're from there because you're not. You were just left there as slaves, and they did not want to spend the money in shipping your, censored back to Africa. So don't taint the Puerto Ricans as blacks because they're not. They just had no choice but to accept you Africans there again because they were helpless against the higher power of the Spanish and bullies that they were. I'm a little lost about what he's saying there. Okay, I'm going to read on. God bless the Puerto Rican people. Again, you black folks have no idea where you come from, but I'm confident you all came from Africa, spread it around like flies on censored. Don't try making Puerto Rico your home because it isn't and never will be. It's a beautiful island and taken care of, but if you do the research if you do the research of where all blacks come from, it looks like and nothing but starving individuals come from there. Stop wishing you blacks come from somewhere else because you don't. Wow. That's when I read that. Now this sentiment sounds very stereotyped and like someone is overly trying to sound biased, but it was this sentiment that I get, and I get it from people whose avatar, this is called an avatar of a European, and is very like protective, like how dare I associate Puerto Rico of having African roots. It does. And there's nothing wrong of having African blood, just like any of the other islands in the Caribbean or Central America or South America. But I did my video here, as you see in the top right corner, that I did because I wanted to address people like JohnBoy, who has this misconception about Puerto Rico. He does not know Puerto Rican history. And again, I'm not an historian, but I am a person of Caribbean ancestry. I've been to Puerto Rico. I meet people from Puerto Rico. I live around Puerto Ricans, just like any of the other islands. But see, they want you to perceive this island as something separate from the rest of the Caribbean because of their fair complexion. We black people come in many different shades because of the history of slavery in the Caribbean. But it doesn't make our history any less affected by slavery. Puerto Rico, it has its beauty. I've been to Puerto Rico twice. They have great food, and the people are basically very nice people when I went there. But it doesn't, just because they look different, again, and I stress, it doesn't mean that they were not affected by slavery, and that these people, blacks, didn't come there after slavery. They were brought there. The Spanish-speaking islands in the Caribbean were the first incidents of slavery. The first island in the Caribbean that received slavery was the island of Hispaniola. Hispaniola is shared by two nations, the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So this man, JohnBoy, is saying black people, they either come from Africa or Haiti. He does not know history. It's all over. This person, again, my video, you have to watch my video. My video is a no offense to people of Puerto Rico. It's about educating of the cultural history, part of the cultural history of Puerto Rico. And that you have some members of Puerto Rican ancestry who do not want to be associated of having a black connection because of shame of slavery. The slavery in the Spanish-speaking world of the Americas had slavery the longest. And so the stigma of that is something that they want to avoid. So it's being taught. What this man JohnBoy belief system is one due to ignorance. I take that video that I did, I take it very seriously. And I'm saddened about that people are insulted because I show an African dance. And they're playing the African drums there. It was beautiful. And they're offended. And it's amazing that I'm offending primarily Caucasians and certain Puerto Ricans. Even though I showcase it in a beautiful way, just share that this is something beautiful. But I'm being horribly criticized to share. But if I said, and if I showcase Puerto Rico's European or Spaniard history, no one would be complaining about me. No one. And I might get a thumbs up but I'm getting a thumbs down because I'm talking about African culture. So it's racism. That is racism and biasness and hatred of those who expose what they want, what some people want to hide. Well, I want to expose it and expose the ignorance like this JohnBoy, because he believes the lie, the historical lies about the Caribbean and the island of Puerto Rico. So there's still bigotry and bias against black people of the Caribbean and black people worldwide and in Africa. This JohnBoy is criticizing, it's just saying all bad people in Africa. There's nothing good about it. That's what he's conveyed. It's not all bad. So this is why I put up videos like the one that I put up a couple of months ago. Yes, hi guys. I almost forgot something. Close up again. I almost forgot something. I want to show you that YouTube, that commenter, JohnBoy. I want to show you the comment that I will be sending him, that I just sent actually. And I want to perusal his channel so you see what type of person he is or isn't. Okay? So let's see. Okay, so as you see, this is the comment that he made pertaining to this video that I did. And then this is my commentary on him that I just posted up. Okay, so for those of you who may need help in reading, maybe you don't have your glasses on right now, so I'm going to read to you what I wrote pertaining to JohnBoy's comment. I wrote, "Shame on you, JohnBoy. Why the hate? You do not know Caribbean history. The video you are talking about that I did was just sharing Puerto Rico's African roots, which is a good thing. It also has other cultures there that are good, all good too. You have been taught that black people are bad people and anything associated with them is not to be desired. Sad. I'm going to keep your ignorant and bigoted statement for people to see whom you really are. You need to start reading books to elevate your knowledge base so you have something intelligent to share to my viewers." So that's what I wrote. And next, I want us to see together what type of things he likes to watch or comment. Let's take a look. Okay. He has 25 subscribers. And he has some subscribers. Let's see what else. Okay. So this is showing a picture of things that he likes to view. And again, I don't want to suggest that these people, these channels, think the same way he does. Again, I don't know these people, and I'm sure that they're good people. So this is JohnBoy, and he needs to educate himself. And again, it's just exposing what he really thinks about black people, and then perceiving that some people who are of black heritage, and that if you suggest that they are have black heritage, there is something bad about them. So it's just, again, exposing his biasness against black people and people of African ancestry. And I think that's very sad. He really needs to educate himself on history. But again, He's taught this just like I was taught about Puerto Rico. I was taught lies about Puerto Rican history, but I'm a Caribbean girl, and how you can be brainwashed about your own history. But when you go and investigate and see for yourself that it's just like any of the other islands in the Caribbean. It just has more mixing, but the same type of history. So whether you come from Jamaica, Haiti, Curacao, Puerto Rico, Cuba, it's all the same. It's just how you want to perceive and the politics of those islands and how they want you to view them. They want to whiten the history of Puerto Rico's slave history, or just that some people had that history. So again, it's redesigning history to make it seem more acceptable to whites and to hide the shame of slavery. If you're ashamed of slavery, don't be ashamed that slavery happened. Be ashamed of the people who promoted it and the people who benefited off of slavery, and that's black and white alike. So be proud of who you are, whatever what you are. Love the person in the mirror and love the ancestors that came before you who took the bullet for you. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.